If you get hurt in a car accident with a semi truck in Illinois, those cases can be very different from typical car crashes, and here's why. My name is Zach Anderson. I'm a co-owner of 217 Law. 217 Law, one of my practice areas is to help people across central Illinois who get hurt in serious motor vehicle accidents. Trucking accident cases often involve much more serious injuries uh, because of the size and weight of semi trucks and big rigs. The impact can cause significant permanent harm. Some of the worst injury cases I've had involve semi trucks, and it's really um, scary the amount of harm that they can cause, even if they're not going very fast. Second, in many trucking accident cases, there are multiple parties that are involved. In a car accident case, it's typically just the person that gets injured by against an at-fault driver. But in a semi truck case, you're typically going to be bringing in the parties to the case anyway. Would be the driver, the trucking company, sometimes the owner of the trailer if that's different. Sometimes maintenance companies, maybe even a cargo loading company can be involved depending on the facts. So there's a lot more complexities often involved in those types of cases than in a standard car accident case. A third, commercial trucks are subject to federal and state safety regulations. These rules govern things like driver hours of service, maintenance requirements, inspections, record keeping. In fact, I have the federal regulations right behind me. I just remembered. Um, and violations of these regulations can become very important evidence in these types of cases, which typically aren't applicable in standard car accident cases. Evidence in truck accident cases can also be very time sensitive, especially like black box data. Um, it may need to be preserved quickly before they are overridden. And then, insurance coverage in trucking accident cases is typically much higher than in a standard car accident case. Often because trucking companies typically have very large policies, but also semi trucks. The minimum coverage for semis is a lot higher than an average vehicle in Illinois, and that can make the stakes of a case a lot larger. Um, which also means that the claims are aggressively defended. And so that makes it all the more important to work with a good lawyer from the beginning on these types of cases. The defense lawyers that I've gone against in semi-truck cases are top notch, and people that I highly respect. And they typically don't handle run-of-the-mill car accident cases. If you haven't been injured in a crash in Illinois, in central Illinois, involving a semi-truck, and you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to talk to you and see if there might be any way that I can help you.